Hi, I wanted to get you started on your next lab assignment, and that is to go ahead and use your textbook here, Fluid Power, and to recreate the figure 15-4 using Fluid Sim. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what that looks like. Certainly you have to do it yourself to go ahead and complete the lab, but I think it's a good head start to see at least how the first circuit is created. So let me go ahead and share my screen where I've got the Festo Fluid Sim already running, and I've recreated this circuit 15-14. I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the elements in that circuit before I go ahead and start the simulation. So as we talked about in the previous video, you'll need to have these solenoid controlled valves, and this one right here, and this one has a two-way solenoid. And you can see that I've given the names solenoid A, B, and C to these solenoids at the end, and then they're associated with these relay switches that are right here electrically powered. So you can see that you had to do that. And then also, a little bit different from the diagram 15-14, the limiting switches are implemented in Festo Fluid Sim using these distance measurements. So you can see that in this case I used a measurement anywhere between 35 and 100 millimeters will activate this limiting switch, this LS here, and go ahead and basically actuating that remotely controlled switch. And I give it the same label. So here is the 2-LS and then the corresponding 2-LS over here. So the only manually operated switch here is this button, this start button right there. The other thing I wanted to point out is that this particular valve with two solenoids, one on each end, requires that you provide air pressure on either side here. Just make a note of that. That could be helpful to you to complete the lab. So let's go ahead and run the simulation. And the goal of the simulation is to, when we push this button, first this cylinder goes in and then this one follows. And then when you let go of the button, they both retract. So you can see that there's an electrical circuit will be made, and solenoid A will push in, and that will go ahead and push in this, this cylinder. That will operate the switch number 1 here. That'll operate solenoid C and move this. So I can manually operate that solenoid. You can see that I'm manually operating that by putting my finger there and clicking that. So it only operates this one cylinder, and there the limit switch for that cylinder then closes this circuit, and you can see that the current is flowing in red. So when the air flows, it's blue, and the current flows, it's red. But let's go ahead and see the operation of the entire circuit. I just go ahead and push the start button, and once again the cylinder to the left extends, followed by the cylinder to the right. Excuse me. And then when I let go of them, they both retract. So that's pretty much the operation of the circuit 15-14. So hopefully seeing this video will help you go ahead and shorten the time that you need to develop that lab. The other lab components are fairly similar. I just wanted to make this quick recording so you can see how that first part of the lab, the 15-14, is done using solenoids and limit switches.